Yeah. Hi everyone. A very good evening. So I am Parita Kachalia and I quote myself to be an aspiring teacher because I work towards getting change in the education system for betterment of kids and to stop the mugging up system. So my very first video in this year that I had come up with was with our mom blogger, and I had interviewed her, asking her like as a what do you feel as being the mother of an infant child? What are the changes you feel? What are the ideologies in the parenting that has changed? So that is what I had spoken up. Then after I had got good response, next I had come up with since it's lockdown, बच्चे घर पे क्या करेंगे? So I had come online with a game manufacturer owner about what are sensory games which can also help them in their development and not make them violent or mischievous. This is what actually the video games are making them. After that, I got request that these days nurseries and playgroups are not going to open, like not this academic year till June. So 1 year late back in kids' life is really it's going to set them back. So I have decided to come online with a very passionate pre-primary preschooler teacher. She's an ECCA and she conducts various activity for kids. Social media, she is not active on it, but I know her personally. She has worked with different schools like Podar, PG Garudia and Ghatkopar. Currently she is working with Rushikul and she is excellent with her work. Her name is Amish Sheikh. I would just love to invite her and then let's just bombard her with questions. Yeah, I'll just ask her to join. Yeah, and I think for pre-primary schoolers, this is the last video that I am ending up with, and then we'll go up to higher grades. Hi, Ami. I was just introducing you to my viewers.
Hello, how are you, Parita?
I'm fine. How are you? I can feel the energy, okay? And the way you teach kids, you are so energetic and you know how to get things out of them. So you are the first person I could think of.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and like I'm really looking forward to this. That how this session is going to be.
No, no, don't be nervous. We just have to brainwash parents, okay, for kids. And this is what we usually do. Okay, but instead we are brainwashed because parents are more powerful than us. They have their fixed stereotypical ideology.
Yes,
Yeah. So want to begin?
yes, sure.
So I was just telling them initially I took two live sessions, one with a mom blogger about how different she feels or what are the changes that are in her being a mother. Now this generation mother is like obviously she is very cool. She is ready to accept certain facts. I had asked her very bold questions at that time. After that, I got really great response and I came live with Brainbox games like kids can really come up with sensory games and develop. But then parents are asking us, what can we do besides game? 1 year late back in their whatever education or primary, pre-primary, what can they do at home? So I first person that came to my mind was you. So I thought yes, but I feel this age is there anything कि ट्रेन छूट जाएगा धक 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 या मेरा बच्चा 1 साल प्ले ग्रुप नहीं गया अरे चिल यार आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन आई वाज अ किड माय मॉम यूज्ड टू बी लाइक अरे बेटा 10th पास कर ले फिर आगे जो ना होगा हो जाएगा बेटा 12th अच्छे 12th पास कर ले बेटा डिग्री ले ले देन एंजॉय फिर अभी जॉब अरे बेटा एंजॉय वेयर इज एंजॉयमेंट मैन सो वंस द ट्रेन स्टार्ट्स it goes. So my
Goes.
very first question that comes to you is there any correct age or perfect age to put a child in playgroup or nursery?
So as you said that people are telling that train छूट जाएगा, एक साल waste हो जाएगा, क्या करेंगे? So when our parents were there, as you told, they were not panicking that much to compared to the parents like the new parents or the new generation parents, because I feel that in our times preschool, that is playgroup and nursery, were not given too much emphasis, rather
Yeah,
than we used to directly go to junior or senior KG. And at that
agree.
time it was like, okay, fine, you study this much, that is fine, we'll see what will happen ahead. Like there was no pressure, there was no peer pressure also, there was no parents pressure also. But nowadays what we are seeing around is like oh no, he's not going to this classes. Oh no, my daughter is not going to this classes. She's not doing this. How can you manage all those things? But my point is like, wait. Nothing
It's
is
just,
going to happen.
yeah,
It's
you can
just the start.
home. Yeah,
Yeah. So your question that what is the correct age? So I would like to answer that since the new parents who are still worrying and they are panicking, they are not able to decide that which is the correct age, because
yeah,
they feel that my child would not adapt the atmosphere of school very easily because he is close to our family member. And yes, this is going to happen just because of this pandemic, that the child has been in the house for a year.
agreed.
So now it is going to be difficult for the parents also to leave the child, that no, chalo, let us leave them in school. So I
Agreed.
would say that 2 years to 3 years, that is 2.5 to 3 years, is the correct age when we can put them into playgroup or nursery, because at that
Agreed.
time their development starts, and development not only related to physical but also their emotional, their cognitive, their
That
mental,
is
every development starts. So the
agreed.
parents have to be prepared that yes, now my child will be developing in all these aspects, and I need to free my child from myself and let him learn and explore on his own.
Yeah, and above everything, I think emotions is the most. If a child's emotional level is very good from its own childhood, then I think they can achieve everything. सिर्फ एक सोसाइटी को दिखाने के लिए उसका बेटा 2 साल से प्ले ग्रुप में जा रहा है, हमें अपने बच्चे को 2 साल में नहीं डालना है. Why
Yeah,
not
it is
create a
so
playful environment at home?
true. And you would have seen this year that since majority playgroup and nursery schools are not working, not even online. And yes, there are many parents who are not willing to make their child sit in online schooling. Rather, what they have done is, I have noticed, they have adopted lovely homeschooling techniques and methods.
I
And
agree.
if you want to put efforts and if you take efforts, you can easily do this thing. And which is,
Yeah, but this is a contradiction I feel, because many we come to a very culturally developed city and all, but many places they do not know, how to homeschool. So I think we have to create that awareness. So that is one of our motive that we do through it. Okay.
yes, I would not say homeschooling is the only technique which you should adopt, but just for this year, if you are worried, yes, you can obviously adapt. And what is homeschooling? It is not that particularly you need to form a particular timetable and
Yeah.
you need to make your child sit. No, it depends totally on the child's interest. There is no specific time limit. There is no specific time that at this time, chalo, the school should start. Like we used to go in school,
They
that
should be
9 o'clock the
flexible
school
for proper
starts.
learning. Yeah, it's not army. अगर ऐसा ही करना है तो तुम बचपन से ही आर्मी स्कूल में डालो. You then for a child to be more emotional and flexible, you have to work according to them. चलो बच्चा हो गया 6 बजे उठो ये करो अरे नहीं यार बच्चा है. So that is what
Yes.
my
Let them grow on their pace. It is totally fine. Like, why we have to rush? There is no competition going on. So it is fine if the child, and I would say, Parita, that if the child is learning 1 year late, also it is totally fine because
I
their growth
agree.
rate is really high. They can learn at least 12
I
to
will
20 languages in this
yeah.
years.
And
So
eventually
what to rush?
after it's one and the same. Okay,
Yes.
after school it's one and the same. 1 plus 1 will be 2 this year also
Two,
next.
yes, nothing is going to change. Like
It's
nothing the
I
child is
I
going
have
to
used
miss on.
trigonometry in my life. I'm using it right now. So it's okay
True.
भाई नहीं आया तो नहीं आया.
Yes, and you are talking regarding the activities. Yes, there are so many activities, and you see, it is not that what we plan in school is something different, which the parents cannot do at home. It is
Agree.
very simple. Normal activities related to the things present in the house, related to the
Okay.
child, related to
Sorry
their
to
interest.
interrupt, but there is a comment that we need to volume up a bit so we can speak
Okay.
a bit louder. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Now am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but just be louder.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, related to the activities, I have so many activities which I think that parents, they are not aware that these are the activities done in school, but we do at home. Like
True.
stacking their toys. Just clean, ask them to help you to clean their toys. You can always ask them to do messy play, that is dough making. You know how much messy it is, and child loves to do this thing. So this is
Agree.
an activity what we do in school, and we give them a name
Yeah.
that this is a messy play. But at
At
home,
their, like physical strength, mental strength should be built rather than educational knowledge. So we have to
now
focus.
this is not the time for educational knowledge. First let the child develop. This is the time of development, not the time for education.
Funny, like even if we go as guests to someone place, Bachu is not at all interested, okay? Still, Mama will be like, Beta, make them listen planets ka name. Eventually, there are 8 now. Okay,
Yeah.
बता week का नाम बोल, weekdays ना, अरे, बेटा dance करने बता, अरे man, let them breathe. So that is what I feel very awkward.
Yeah, so even I think that you give them pulses. You let them explore, you let them sort, you give them beading, you give them lacing, all these activities, you give them drawing, coloring, give them scribbling. That is totally fine. Nothing is
Agree,
going to harm. These are all going to help them for their development only. They will
agree,
explore through this, they will learn through this, their motor skills would be developed, and it is a type of development needed in these preschool
agree.
years. It is not
True.
बस चलो ABCD पढ़ लो 1 2 3 4 पढ़ लो और हो गया preschool.
Yeah,
No,
so I
there.
think someone has just commented we have to let the kid explore.
Yes,
So this
true.
is
That
what
is really, yes, we need to do that thing. Like I think that in school only the kids and the teachers were exploring, but since if we are adapting homeschooling, even the parents would explore and they would learn so many new things.
definitely.
You can give them water play. They're so happy going into the water. And at that time, you can inculcate the concept of water, related something to that. If you ask the child
Agree.
to sit at one place and say that, chalo, this is
One,
water, this
two,
is blue
my
color,
shoe.
this is white color, they're not going to pay attention.
110% true. One to buckle my shoe sitting at one place is not going to work. Instead, do
Yes,
with action, water play, then sensory games. Like you have to make them feel the different, senses. Like this is soft, this is hard. You need to give them
yes.
different materials.
Sensory
Like
play or sensory teaching is going to be like of major benefit for these age group.
yeah, and in Gujarati we say gantar, practical knowledge. So you
Yes.
have to be practical, practically experimented to give them practical knowledge instead of making them mug up, Yeah,
Yes. And it is not that you cannot teach them the things like we say them that no, don't take them into the kitchen because it is risky. They might touch the knives, they might touch the forks. It is totally fine. Let them explore, let them learn. And I think that it would be under the guidance of the parents or any individual who is elder. So let it be, the child will explore and he'll learn. He or she will learn. Once they face that thing, they'll be aware, or might as well I can say that they would be more responsible or independent, that next time they'll be more careful.
and more than like today only I was reading one article in the morning that and since we are going to adapt to vocational educational system sooner, I don't know when, it's like India I should not say, but sooner. So I was thinking even if a child breaks a TV, there is a broken TV, you should not throw out. Let them explore the wire, let them fix up things. There are those mechanic games, their car is broken, the chotu cars, let them fix it. So they will come to know about, the awareness will be created, and that is how practical knowledge will
And
work.
Farida, if you would have noticed any child seeing any broken thing or some unusual thing around them, you will see that they tend to ask n number of questions. Let
Yeah,
it be
curiosity should
vague.
not die.
So let it be vague. Let them ask you vague questions. Though the answers are not there, do not tell them that these questions are vague. You can give them any answer, and I think that this is the age. If you give them some logical answer, they are already convinced by that. And why
Vague
not
questions
they
are
asking you
necessary.
questions? Even you can ask them vague questions. That why the tree cannot fly? Why? It has branches, correct? It can be made into wings. Why it cannot fly? Let the child think. Let the child,
Imagination is enhanced.
Yeah, so this will help them to maybe for their cognitive development, that thinking that wow, yes, this can also happen, and then
So
they might counter question
broaden
you.
your imagination. The more they can think, the more they will able to be reason out. And the more you
Yes,
answer, they will be self-important. They'll feel that self-importance and they'll gain certain kind of confidence. So at that
true.
age, I think we can sum up this question here. We have hell lots to go. Yeah. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, so it is necessary. So yeah, so there is no such, I'll just come to first and second question's conclusion, that there is no such perfect age. Parents, take a deep breath, let your kids breathe. Once the life will start, they have to rush in life. कोई एक साल में ज्यादा अचीव नहीं कर लेता है. So it's okay. Second thing, yeah, 2.5, 3 years max you can put your child. That is what we concluded to. And games, like more than educational knowledge, making them lazy or telling them lazy, you have to get involved with your kids in activities at home. Now, since this year is a lockdown year, we don't know when preschool is going to open. You can play with them with the in the water. You can create games. You can make your own
I
games. Yeah,
I can
and
show you. See, this is the
yeah,
activity which is
my
made at
favorite
home.
part.
This is puzzling. Like you can just make their favorite cartoon character, just cut into random this thing and ask them to join. Even
Too
I
good.
have something like this. This is lacing. Just unlace it and ask them to lace it. Let them go in a wrong way also, it is totally fine. But this will
They
help
will
them
learn.
for their development.
Agreed. Then playing with, like putting them into situations, then vague games, questions are necessary to enhance their imagination. So very nice suggestions you have given. And Ami, I think you can, besides this, beyond this live session, you can, if you think of any game, you can make videos and send it to me. I will
Sure,
definitely
sure,
upload it on my page
sure,
because
sure, sure.
it's ideas. Now, my first, relating to my first question, I have another question in mind. Like there is no perfect age, but I will tell you there is this ideal. Let's accept the fact. Okay, I always talk facts. ले मेरे बेटे ने तो ना एडमिशन ले लिया, तुमने अपने बेटे को प्री स्कूल में नहीं डाला. सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. एंड तुम्हारा बेटा इतनी फीस वाले प्ले स्कूल में जाता है, कैसा पढ़ाते होंगे? ओनली 10,000. माई स्टूडेंट तो गोज इन 1 lakh. Like literally there are schools 1.5 2 lakhs just for
Yes.
preschool. Like you think it is like necessary, or how is the competition, or 1 year they can cope up at home and online, like particularly right now it is online studies that is going on. So are kids able to cope up?
See, talking to different fee structure of different schools, I would say the fees doesn't matter. But since now we are seeing that the competition, the class, we don't want our kids to go in this school. We want our kids that our friends, like our friends are sending their kids in this school, so we want to send them there. It is just about all these things. Inside, what we are doing, what we are teaching is either through playway method or through some other things like the preschool
Agreed.
teaching. As I told you, it is not that चलो ABCD पढ़ लो, मैंने ABCD अच्छा सिखाया, तुमने नहीं सिखाया. No, it is not that. It is basically their development. And
Agreed.
online teaching or online studies are difficult. Are the kids able to cope up? So I would like to say that uh, I would not say that yes, it is very difficult. No. If you are being very simpler, if you are being very straight in your concepts, you are cutting it down to a very simple level, the kids would adapt it very nicely.
Agreed.
You just have to be clear in your conversation so that they can take it easily. And yes, you can go through n number of things. You can show them various PPTs, you can use different puppets, you can use different models so that they are clear with the concepts. And I would like to add that yes, there are some concepts which are difficult to show it or explain it virtually, which we used to do in practically in school. So we can always make videos, or we can do
But if
such.
there is no high-tech facilities that are provided, like I am talking about all people in general, okay? So people at times, if even if they are not able to afford, they keep their child in a very lavish play preschool, okay, which is not needed because there is a long way to education. I
Yeah.
think we, being an education system, we should be able to understand this, how parents are going through. We should lower down the fees and have a consistent method. But
Yes, but
what? no high-tech technology provided. Is it going to affect them if they don't get admission, no Hi-Fandu things?
No, you and we have been to a normal preschool, right? Is it
Yeah,
affecting us right now?
no, not
No,
at all.
not at all. So it won't affect them also. But yes, seeing the generation, I think the parents, the best they can give to their child is through so many online channels which are available, where they can get each and every explanation very easily and in a very fast or a quick way. So if you're not able to afford that also, it is fine. Even whatever the teachers are teaching online, or if you're not able to go with that, you can just YouTube it and you can find it. And yes, you can explain it in a very simple way, in a very nice way to the child, and the child will grasp it.
Agreed. And these days, like since it is online and people don't have, can't have too many phones, there are too many kids. Already we have heard being in educational systems some terrific issues. So that was just my reason behind asking you this questions. If they don't get high tech facilities, like I deal with elder kids, but you deal with preschoolers. So is it going to affect, because elder kids have certain kind of maturity. Preschooler can easily feel jealous, it's going to affect their emotional level.
Yes, so it affects their emotional level, it affects their emotional growth. But I would like to say that this is the age where they are growing emotionally also. And there are different patterns of emotions, like as you said, jealousy, anger, sadness, grief, happiness, smiling, many joy, happiness, and small things also they can find, correct?
What are
So it
the
is.
things that are needed to be, done to take care of their emotional growth?
Yes, so there are different ways, and I would say that let these emotions come out of the child. You will understand those emotions well, and then you can know that how to cater the child when this emotional thing is coming out. Like if the anger is coming out, you will understand it well that yes, this was the situation, so the child is angry. So it is, I
True.
don't feel that not going to a lavish school will affect the child mentally, because see, it is who you are putting, you who are
Agreed.
putting all these things in child's mind. They are not
Environment,
aware of these things.
social environment puts such things. So
Yes.
even let's basic example. Even in break when tiffins open, kids have जो आना इसके मम्मी ने तो ये दिया, इसके मम्मी ने तो ये दिया, मैं ये लाया. So that's just a basic example how they feel when they don't get facilities. So I think
Yes.
equality is from within. We all have to understand.
Yes, and I think if you don't put that question in their mind, it is never going to come in their mind. If you don't talk in front of them about all these things, that this school is nice and this school is not providing all these things, you would have seen that child are really observant. Children are observant and they listen to each and everything of yours. You need to be careful while
Home is
using your
their
words.
first, home is their first school.
Yes. So if you are providing that environment which is fulfilling all the needs of the child, then I don't think there would be any issue.
Agreed.
You just need to be observant, and you need to see that the child is removing all his emotions, and that comes to you, not on any other child. Because if it
Agreed.
goes on any other child, their self-respect or their self-image is going
I think
down somewhere.
they are the most pure-hearted person I have ever come across. Being around them, it's like mothers and fathers and society and what they hear, they come and discuss in school. So at times they don't know the meanings also, but I hear them, I observe them, they are discussing. Okay, and they are not at all aware about its true sense. But just
Yes.
because they heard or they saw around them, they want to speak about and they have fun about it. So we
Yes.
don't know. So please get a message from it. My another question, now when I check papers, okay, so it's very okay for me अगर बच्चे का concept clear है, उसका आंसर करेक्ट है, स्पेलिंग रॉन्ग है, तो मैं पूरा मार्क क्यों ना दूं? थोड़ी लाइफ में वो जब सर्जन बनेगा तो कोई
The
भी
spellings are
बायोलॉजी
not going to help.
पूछेगा पहले तो स्पेलिंग बोल फिर मेरा ऑपरेशन चालू कर. So, what is your opinion about it? Like, do you think spellings and English words have many pronunciations? You cannot judge a person by the way they speak English, okay? Also, what is your this ideology on it? Like, do you think that spellings, pronunciation, and sentence formation or language is plays a major role in education, or it plays, but should it play?
I would say pronunciations, yes. At the initial step, yes, because you are the one to whom he is listening. Correct? So
Agree.
if your pronunciations are clear, if your words are clear, they would grasp those things. So
Agree.
pronunciations in the preschool time, we see to it that the pronunciations are very clear, the sounds are very clear. Then coming to spellings, words, हो जाएगा. Eventually
No,
it
but
will
do you
happen.
think a child should be judged by it, और वो जीरो का मार्क देना चाहिए पेपर में
No,
जस्ट
not needed, not needed. Not needed. Why is that thing more important? Because see, if I see when I was in first standard, I was not able to form proper sentences also. But where I am now, so I am not judged on my first standard results.
agreed?
Nobody is
So
going to come and ask me that please show your first or third result. How was your English? You are being an English teacher, being a phonics teacher. How is your English? How was your
agreed.
phonics
No,
at
that
that
is what
time?
I'm coming up to. I asked a very bombarding question on you, that is it necessary? And you are a phonetics teacher. So come on, now tell us what is phonics, how does it work, and how did you say being a phonics teacher you are not supposed to judge a child? Chalo, I'm challenging you. Tell me.
See, phonics is such a thing which I am teaching, and as I told you, I want their pronunciations to be clear so that they are not judged. But I would never judge them. It is totally fine. Like if you see ka at a cat, this is what
Yeah.
we teach the child. That is ka at a. These are the sounds, correct? It would be ka at a cut. Now, when I ask you, a sound means which letter? So, can you just tell me which letter is a sound?
Okay, it's A.
No, it's A is a. So, one
A.
more
Okay.
chance.
O is E? No.
No, E. It is not E. So, I would say it is U. A
Oh,
sound is U letter.
umbrella.
U says
Umbrella.
a.
Oh.
Yes, up. Ka auto cut.
Yeah.
Correct.
Agreed.
But when we say U, we tend or our parents tend to read it as you only, like pa
Yeah.
uta put u or you. So cut
भाई तुम
and
लोग ये
put.
तो क्या क्या तो हमें आर्टिकल्स में प्रॉब्लम होते हैं एन अम्ब्रेला बट इट इज ऑल यूनिफॉर्म ओके बट ये
Yes.
बेसिक्स डेड
So phonics, they just give these things to kids so that they don't get confused, because as you see, English is really a complicated and a funny language.
फनी लैंग्वेज या
Yes. So it becomes very difficult for this age group child when all the sounds are coming together, and when you're directly giving them words, Are, you have to read this also, that also. So it is better through phonics, at least they are having that clarity that yes, if this sound, if these letters are coming, this is the sound. So basic
अग्रीड
thing is that, but I would never judge a child on this thing that, oh no, you read kut for cut. It is totally fine. You can always explain them.
but till the time it's going in their head I would agree with them every like I will agree to their each and every condition okay
Yes.
yeah I okay so now what are the different like you do a really great thing but what are the different approaches that are followed by preschool can you just put a short highlight on it yeah
Okay, so there are various approaches which are followed in nowadays also. In normal preschool or in early preschool, what we used to see was
yeah
Montessori. You would have heard of Montessori, correct?
yeah
So Montessori was on child independence, creating a house-like environment, and
yeah
basically it was totally child-centered. Then we
yeah
came to two or three more approaches, which are one is Reggio Emilia. Reggio Emilia approach is where the child is given a chance to explore through experimenting. They go in the nature and they explore, they investigate, and then they learn through art, through music, through sounds, through the nature they learn. So they are given time according to their interest, they go there. Next is
agree.
Waldorf education. What is Waldorf education? Here they believe to educate the child as whole. How as whole? Through their head, through their heart, and through an individual, and also their hands. So
Agree.
basically, head, heart, and hands means in overall development. But these developments, they go through a spiritual way. through
Agreed.
nature. They ask them to connect it through nature in a spiritual way.
Agreed.
And one thing which I think you would know, we say kindergarten, right? The
Yeah.
word kindergarten. So that was given by Frobel Friedrich, and he was known as the father of kindergarten, where he used to think that the school is a garden and the teachers, they are the gardeners, where they are making, or they are growing the small human plants in an overall manner, like their growth in an overall development. So they all have these different approaches, and the best approach what we are using, even Montessori is like Reggio Emilia, Waldorf, Montessori, these are accepted by various schools, but generally most of the preschools, what they take is playway method, which is
Agreed.
a group of all
Agreed.
investigation, exploring, spiritual, creating a house environment through sensory, but all these things are conducted in a playway method, through play,
Agreed.
so that the child
Agreed.
is not bored, because as you know, the name comes studies, they run away. So this is
Agreed.
play only. We are going to a preschool just to play.
Agreed.
So these are the different approaches which are taken, and I think if you just go on the internet and you just search about all these things, it is very easy for you to just collect things and then teach your child at home also.
Yeah, because after listening to you, I did not know that even just for preschool kids, there are so many methods to teach. And we are just going in such a boring method. No doubt we need to add up for with more field trips, more playway method, more ideology,
Yes.
creativity, and spirituality. I think spirituality is also something that should be talked of since childhood for the correct attainment. Because these days, like our parents, they were there in their young stage, they did not know what is emotional up and downs. When we grew, we know there is something like emotional up and downs. And these days,
Yes.
since the child is born, emotional up and down is this. Because of the awareness, things they watch in television, तुम कितना भी रोको ना देखने वाली चीज वो लोग देखने ही वाले हैं.
Yes,
जहाँ पे
that is
gossip
true.
नहीं होने वाला है वो लोग होने ही वाले हैं. And if you don't hear to them, चुपके से वो लोग करेंगे. Because I have seen kids talking in school, okay, and they don't care about anything. Being thus, they even make fun of their parents. Okay, I will tell you, one of child in my school was late. I asked, why are you late? Mama could not get up. No, she is very lazy. She could not make my tiffin. No, so then I came at this time. I said, okay, chalo. Then even if they see what the mom dad is doing, no, next day they discuss, okay? Year to year, china chow wow katta chow wow. Are so it's like keep open and add up everything to curriculum instead of one cliche
Yes.
stereotypical thing. Yeah,
And you would have noticed that in these things, the parents are more burdened and they are worried
agreed.
that, oh no, they won't be able to do this. Oh no, if this is missed,
Yeah,
how?
they are into anxiety, and that anxiety gets parents into depression because there are too many things parents have to look after. So I think if parents are happy, kids are happy, and if mom in the family is happy, then the entire family is happy.
Is happy.
So
Very
that
true.
is how the
I
cycle
agree
works.
with this. Yes.
Agreed. So I think
So
the wife has to be happy first, then the mom can be happy. I can
yes.
totally. And okay, I think I should not blame parents much क्योंकि parents ही मेरे को बच्चे देते हैं पढ़ाने के लिए. But my next question is like let's come on teachers, okay? I don't want my TRP to go down. How teachers' words and results affect that age group?
Now, being a teacher, you would have noticed something, that your each and every word matters the child a
Yeah,
lot. Correct? You would have noticed this thing. So when
yeah,
talking to preschool, the children, they are looking up to us like we are their second mothers. Leaving their moms at home and coming to school, we play the role of their mothers. So
yeah.
at that time, our words, as I told you, you need to be very choosy using your words. You need to choose your words very carefully because they are looking up to us. So
And they
choice
stick to
of
it.
words, your behavior matters a lot. And I would tell you one thing, they imitate you. Whatever they see, whatever they observe, they totally imitate you. So one wrong thing, like, it is their base. So we have to be very careful, and we have to look after each and everything going around them. You cannot just praise one child, otherwise that thing will go directly into their heart and mind that teacher did
Great.
not say nice
I
things to
tell you
me.
one experience. I was laughing, okay. I teach this age group in school where they are no longer kids, nor they are into higher secondary or something, okay, fifth, sixth and all. So now, right now it's online teaching. So I have taught them where capital letter will come, where they are supposed to end. So I'm screen sharing and teaching, and if I forgot, really teacher, you had to only said, okay. And then they start
Your
mimicking.
words come back on you.
Yeah, my words come back on me. Okay, so flowers bloom and they even throw butterflies at me. Okay.
Yes, so you need to be very careful. So your words, your actions, one thing. Like not only teachers but even parents, because now they are the teachers at home, they need to be really patient. I know it is
Agree.
very difficult for them, but if that patience is gone, the child will never
No, but
come back with
I
that thing.
think it's easy to say. I am not blaming parents. I think I can be cool, come live at any time. I can speak anything I want because I am not married. And after getting married, I will have responsibilities. I will have 10 things to look and then come online. Then I will have kids. Then so I think I am haywire. So I think it's easy for us. It's more easy for me because I'm not married. You are married. So you know one side of the story. One day you will have kids, then we will come to know. Okay, so right
Yes.
now not and all I have kept, and then I will be like, ah, okay. So that's fact.
Totally decked up. Still now I'm totally decked up. But if you see to me, like if you come and see me in my daily coach, hair's going up and doing all the work. We are
I
not
see asked
bothered
me
also to.
for this video, okay, what should I wear? Okay, so let's check this. Now, so my next question is on this only. How are parents supposed to handle and manage along with their work? Because I think if I am either working or handling child. Because if I am working, I need my favorite food. I need people to hold my tantrums. And then if I have to work someone else's way, I can definitely tell my husband to give me space. But I cannot tell my child. So what is your say on this thing?
First of all, hats off to all the parents because they are doing really a wonderful job handling their in-laws, their
Absolutely.
spouse, their children, and managing things really well. But one thing what they are lacking is patience. You
Yeah.
handle each and everything with patience, and I am sure it will go really well. And for kids, if they are feeling it really difficult, I would suggest make a task chart at home wherein you just put in all the tasks
Oh,
weekly
okay.
or day
How
by.
about you make a task chart and we upload it for them? Give a
Sure,
suggestion.
I would love to
Make
do that
a-
thing. Yes, I would surely do that thing and give an example wherein you know what will happen. Initially, it would be difficult for the child, but then eventually they will know that okay, this is my schedule, and they would be getting stars and smileys in that task chart. So that is the thing what they crave for. That oh no, if I don't do this thing, I would
Experience.
not get those points and those stars.
And
So
even a
even
small star, okay? Even at this age, if I get a star, okay, from my
yes,
principal,
that is an appreciation point, correct? So, what do kids need? They just need appreciation, they just need praising.
yeah,
Never criticize them, never do this thing because it directly goes to their heart. That, oh no,
yeah.
mom said this thing to me, dad told this to me. So, it is like you want to explain them, don't give a big lecture because you know it very well nowadays. The kids they don't like lectures.
I am a kid.
Keep it
I don't
short and
like
sweet.
lectures. Insert from here, I get it out from here, and I do whatever
Yes.
I want.
So
Definitely,
if
kids.
you're giving them, if you're teaching them something, keep it practical up to the point so that they'll at least listen to you. Otherwise, as you said, taking in from here, taking out from here.
Removing
This
from
only
here.
happens.
Agreed, agreed. So, one message that you would like to give parents, the last question we'll end up after this. Yeah.
Okay, so as I told you that the children they are looking up to us, correct? They are looking up to the parents also. So now I would either say that I would relate this to three eyes. These are the three eyes what I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
First is the child imitates you. whatever you do, they are going to imitate you because they are observing you. If you tell them do not eat junk food and you are eating in front of them, they have the right to question you. So
Yeah.
they are imitating you. Second is independence. At this age, you would have seen that 2 to 3 years, when they start learning doing things, they want to do it independently. So
Agree.
let them do. It will be messy. I know that the parents' work would be increased, but let them be independent because they are seeing you, as I told the first point, imitating. They are seeing you doing all the things on your own, so even they want to do that thing. So let them do it. And the third eye is, we can say that, uh, initiative. Like, you take the initiative and let them, you ask them questions, and in the end they will also come up with n number of questions to you. Let those questions be vague, totally nonsense, it is fine. Don't stop them. Never stop them, because this is their growing age. So these are
Uh,
the three eyes which we should take care of and which we see in them right now. So let
yeah.
them come out. It is totally fine.
Initiate, independent, and imitate.
Imitate.
Yeah, but I am cross questioning you here. You gave us an example of the parents are eating junk food and you are not allowing your child. I feel there should be no restrictions. I will tell you why. The more you restrict, the more on the wronger paths they go, and they
So
are
that is what
attracted.
I'm telling. That is
Should
what
eat
my point was.
once a month, once every 15 days. If your family is a party family, which usually this generation has, once a week, but entire week, make sure you have healthy. See, jitna you are stopped, you are attracted towards it. If my
Yes.
mom tells you, आज खिचड़ी है बाहर पानी पूरी खा के मत आना, मैं 2 प्लेट खा के आऊंगी, because pani puri has gone in my mind. Okay, so it was, I think you started having some net issues.
Okay, so now am I visible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that is my point. I am not against that don't have junk food. The parents
But you should know where to stop.
should make one thing. Yes, you limited yourself, so the child will imitate you. That was my point, because they are imitating each and everything of
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, and one more statement I would like to give to Indian parents. You always compare your child ki foreign ke kids, they come from school, they keep their things at their place, they so sophisticatedly have their food, But I would say it's you who are spoiling your kids. Since day one, keep that habit that bachchu comes, don't do alululu, tari bag lai lo, ne tara chappal. No, you have to make them do it, keep it. If you do that since day one, they are habituated to it. Then you cannot compare. You can never compare kids to anyone. So I think if you want your child to be that way, you have to be that way since the
Yes,
very
and
first
never
day.
compare them. Never do that thing. Because they are individual personality. Every child is different. We don't have our 5 fingers also same. So they are individual
Agree.
personality. And the last thing what I would like to say to parents, you always say to the child that please grow up. Now you have grown up. You should take your own responsibilities. So at that
Yeah,
time, you don't think that what the child is facing. The child's age is that, chalo na mama, please play with me. Let us do this thing. Let us do
don't
that
say
thing.
no.
They ask you those nonsense questions. And at that time, if you say all these things, I would say that they are such innocent human beings. Be in their shoes and don't get stressed up and have fun like them. No, why you want to think that they are grown ups? Take the responsibilities. Eventually they will take the responsibilities, but now it is the time. Enjoy your life, be happy with them.
Agreed. So I think whatever messages that we wanted to give, that it's not always hurry to put a child in playgroup. It's okay. या ज्यादा पैसे वाले playgroup में डाल के उनको ज्यादा कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है, या high tech होके you can always have a good homeschooling. We have discussed few homeschooling techniques like puzzling of their favorite cartoon, which is homemade, which is cost effective. You can come up with sensory games, which I had already discussed. And yeah, and more, the kids always observe parents. Yeah, Bindu ma'am, thank you. She has just written that we both were mind
Yes,
blowing
thank you, Bindu
so much.
Guruji.
And yeah, so and another thing, teachers also have to be careful. We discuss different types of play school, preschool educational system, different approaches that we could do, and three messages, lovely messages that we give to parents: initiate, imitate, and independence. So I think my today's energy level with you was totally different, Ami. You have to come up with different things. I am
Sure,
going to cross
sure.
and we'll come up with it. Yeah, just make a task chart for parents out there. We can give them an example. And second thing, you can hi Stuti. Yeah, and second thing, you can give me the give me the written form of the different types of education and some games for
Sure.
preschooler. Can definitely help them. But it was
Yes, yes.
amazing having you here. Thank you
Same
so
here,
much.
Parita. I had a really great time. Thank you for inviting me here and letting me share all these things.
No, your knowledge is tremendous. You have to be active on social media to, spread message. So I'm pushing you for that. And because we need to create awareness, and you can be a very good Sakidar to me. And more than that, guys, the year is about to end. This was my last for this year, last live session for this year. And I'm winding up preschooler talks with this session. Now I'll be going on some different topics this year. So stay tuned. सोच एक नादान जिंदगी के लिए थैंक यू
Yes.
सो मच अमित थैंक
Thank you,
यू सो
Parita.
मच
Thank you. Bye.